weird beeps going off. Do you hear those weird beeps? I'm hearing weird beeps, and now I think I'm live in front of everybody. Welcome. All the front porch, all the front porch. Even though we're inside, there's still the front porch, yeah. Oh, thanks for waiting for us, all the front porch. You know that we tried to get here on time. We've been pretty good for 51 weeks. Front porch, yeah. Talking about the front porch. This is one of my favorite tunings. It's just a beautiful, peaceful kind of chord. It's a D, what is it, a C69 if you asked. I don't think you did. Everybody welcome, thank you so much. We have real people in our home. And I'm just kind of a little bit in shock and in awe. So we're all double vaxxed. And we are able to do this, and I'm so grateful for these guys for coming out. These are local legends, for real. We have, and they're not gonna play right away, but they're gonna play in a little bit. But you may have seen the video. I posted a little bit of video of you guys rehearsing. Shoot, you may have seen that. So we've got Jonny Dearmin, we've got Jimmy Smith, and we've got David George. Do not call him Dave. I've learned. Okay, do not. Anyway, we're really so excited. I just want to give a couple of thanks and let you know that, as I always say, share this live stream and enter yourself to win the M-Bass from Gold Tone. I have talked to David today about the origins of this rubber string bass, and he informed me that it kind of grew out of a log. That's a long story. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But you can win that, and it's awesome, especially if you want to take it with you and when you don't have room for something big. It's very cool. Or if you want to learn how to play bass. We had a great Guitar Cloud Symposium weekend this past weekend. Thank you to all our incredible students, my fellow instructors who are uber inspiring, and our sponsors. And go to the website, Guitar Cloud Symposium. We have a really cool thing coming up in May, which is a beginner's boot camp. So we wanted to offer something for those of you who may not be already playing a lot. Maybe you just started a little while ago and you just really want to get a grasp of basics. The most fun thing about it is that all of our instructors are just so awesome. I know that sounds really ridiculous, but they are. Okay, so check that out. What else? I have a list in the I want to call them labels, they're not, the links above of all of the great sponsors that have helped us out on this show. So, I am going to play a song for you all. Now, here's a little bit of seriousness. Those of you who've been here, now this is week 51. 51. Next week is going to be week 52, which means we've been doing this for a year. And those of you who have been viewing and watching and tagging along for that period of time, or even for just a couple, you know that my wish was from the beginning to make this an uplifting event, because life was really hard. Life still is really hard. But in my mind, I thought, let me do this show as a way to just kind of bring some joy, not to ignore everything that's going on, but just to highlight the fact that there's still wonderful things happening and amazing people doing really good things. And that still is my intention. But part of what I think I've brought to this show also is a little bit of like reality. Like there have been some really rough days that we've had this show where things have been going on that have been really intense and challenging and difficult. And I don't want to ignore that stuff. And it means a lot to me to just be honest about what I do see going on. So right now, what's going on? Trial of Derek Chauvin, the resulting guilty verdict. It's a big deal. The daily shootings, that are happening all over this country, that's going on. COVID vaccines, awesomeness, but then the J&J thing getting all held up because of factory conditions not being what they needed to be. Climate change, big deal. And ice is melting where it shouldn't be, and oceans are getting warmer where they should be cooler. And yet, as we so I'm just saying all this because this is on my mind and in my heart as I sit here today thinking about April 22nd, Earth Day. And as we speak, the U.S. is hosting a virtual climate summit and making big claims. Biden is making big claims about what he wants to do in terms of reducing the, get words, Vicki, the greenhouse gas emissions. So there's so much stuff going on, people. And with that, I like to play this song. In the 60s, there was also much going on. Is there ever a time where there isn't much stuff going on? Anyway, this is one of my favorites, if you know it. We might get the boys to sing a little background, we'll see. Mother, mother, far too many of you cry. Brother, 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 far too many of you die. We've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. War is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. We've got to find a way to bring some understanding today. Oh, picket signs, picket lines, punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me, you can see what's going on.
Going on,
What's going on?
what's going
Tell
on,
me what's going on.
what's going on,
Oh, what's going on? Mother, mother, everybody says we're wrong, but who are they to judge us? Just because our hair may be stuck in your mouth, which always happens, and we've got to find a way to make some love and understanding today. Oh, picket signs, picket lines, don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? 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 Tell me what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Going on. I'd like to know what's going on. Thank you, guys. Oh, so what is going on? Yeah.
Turn your mic on.
Turn my mic on? Wow. So my mic was off.
But I picked it up with the shit.
My girl is amazing. I had my microphone off for that whole thing, and she picked me up with the ship. Is she amazing or what? You don't even know the half of it. You have no idea what Tay Hoyle does for these shows and what she did today and what she's continuing to do. I'm going to tell you just a little bit because it is Earth Day. Do you know when the first Earth Day was? What year it was? Oh, wow, pictures. Well, there it is. There's the date. It was 1970. And a little bit about that. 20 million people gathered for the very first Earth Day. Celebrated, maybe not gathered in the same place. I'm not sure about that. But 20 million people celebrated the first Earth Day. And, you know, it's pretty astounding. I'm going to read you a couple of Earth Day poems that I think are really incredible. I'm calling them Earth Day poems. They're not Earth Day poems. But anyway, before we get to that, we're going to have a little weather from our favorite weather person in the whole world, Kelly Bedwell. Come on, lady. Hey. Okay, I
Can you hear
cannot
me?
hear Kelly. Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon. This is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU, your Brooklyn weather station. Okay, so I'm not in Brooklyn. I'm in Alpharetta, Georgia at the moment, and I decided I better come out and be in the woodsy area because Happy Earth Day. Vicki's going to talk about Earth Day, and I know she talked about this crazy cold snap that's running through this country. Woke up today in, Georgia, right near Atlanta, 33 degrees. But, you know, the temperature rises right up. I know there was some real cold in Vicki and Tay's area, and there's been all kinds of snow and ice and just craziness. So I'm not going to talk about, my usual gloom and doom climate change. I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. And then I came across this writing on my friend's Instagram. And I'm going to read it. Today is Earth Day, and it's a time to think about how lucky we are to have this beautiful planet. The bees that pollinate and give us flowers, and fresh fruits and vegetables, the plants, the water, the soil, the blue skies, fresh air, rainy days, and sunny days, and all of the seasons. Earthworms to till the soil, clouds to stare at and imagine things, and the rising sun to say good morning, and the moon to say good night. We are so lucky. I get emotional. We are so lucky to have you, Mother Earth. Let's all remember her and thank her for having us as her guests. And that's from Thomas Little. He's a gardener in Brooklyn and a landscaper. And, a little shout out. His website is urbangreen.gardens.com. Okay, that's it. That's my report. I get embarrassed when I cry. I'm very sensitive, and just this has been a very emotional time this year.
It sure
and
has.
We need to save our planet. We need to take care of our beautiful planet. Okay, anything else?
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Okay, this is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU, New York. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. It's good. It's good to get emotional. It is. Okay, we're going to bring the boys on shortly. I'm going to read this poem by one of my favorite poets, Mary Oliver. And it's called Sleeping in the Forest. I thought the earth remembered me. She took me back so tenderly, arranging her dark skirts, her pockets full of lichens and seeds. I slept as never before. A stone on the riverbed, nothing between me and the white fire of the stars. But my thoughts, and they floated light as moss among the branches of the perfect trees. All night I heard the small kingdoms breathing around me, the insects and the birds who do their work in the darkness. All night I rose and fell, as if in water, grappling with a luminous doom. By morning I had vanished at least a dozen times into something better. And that is from Sleeping in the Forest by Mary Oliver. I love that. By morning I had vanished at least a dozen times into something better. I love her work. Because we started a little bit late today, I'm going to bring on the boys. And are we ready for that, Tay? Or should I read something else? We could bring the boys on. I may just ask them a couple of questions first.
We may plead the fifth.
Yeah, they may not want to talk about themselves. Well, heck, it's good to have you here. It's good to have you here because you're in our neighborhood, and Tay and I are just really getting to know people here. We just started being here when pandemic hit, you know, so we're just starting to get to know people. It's great to know musicians like yourselves. And
You get as old as me, you're glad to be anywhere.
I know, but I heard that you all know each other and have been playing together in some sorts or fashions for a long time.
54 years.
How did you end up?
He's not that old.
No, that's way before David was
15
born.
years for David.
Wow.
We're cousins, and we started playing together when 16 years old.
Wow.
And we've been in a rock and roll band, gospel quartet.
Yep.
I had to quit that because I was getting drunk at the revival.
Okay.
That wasn't working out.
Okay.
But we played country music, we played bluegrass, and
Americana.
yeah,
That's how we started with David.
and we've gonna do a little Motown vibe today, which is
Excellent.
a song, music of my glory days.
Excellent. Is there something in particular that you enjoy playing the most together, or is it all just good fun for you guys?
What do you say, Dave?
Don't call him Dave.
I can.
Yeah, John.
He scared me.
I don't know. I mean, we've played it all.
Yeah,
played it all.
we played it.
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all
we
good.
play a lot of beach music, which is very, very regional.
Yeah.
Played a lot of that because that's what paid the most money.
Yep.
Right.
And
Yep.
People like that around here.
Yeah.
Good dance music.
Motown, Americana, we do a lot of original music. So, it's
All right.
just music.
Great. Well, what are you going to start with for
We're
us?
going to do a little Marvin Gaye tune called Pride and Joy.
Oh, there you go.
Ready? You are my pride and joy. You know I love you, baby, just like a baby boy loves his toy. You got kisses, they're sweeter than honey, and I work 7 days a week to give you all my money, and that's why I believe you're my pride and joy. And I'm telling the world you're my
Pride and joy.
pride and joy.
Pride and joy.
I'll be your boy, your baby boy. I know you're mine.
Pride and joy.
Pride and joy.
Pride and joy.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You know that you are my pride and joy. A love like mine, well now, baby, you know it's something nobody can ever destroy. You pick me up, girl, when I'm down, and when we go out, pretty baby, you shake up the whole damn town, and that's why I believe you're my pride and joy. You pick me up can't believe you're mine. Pride and joy, pride and joy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. God, your harmonies are just so blended in like that. You know, I mean, it definitely happens when you sing a lot together.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is the first time we've got to do this in 16 months.
really.
Right. We haven't played any.
Dang.
Last night's the first time we played in 16 months because it's Bandolarium.
Pandalarium. Wow. Well, I'm glad I helped to encourage you to get together and play.
Well, we're getting there now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So we're a little rusty now. David plays. all
Yeah,
the
he plays all the time.
yeah,
He plays
Well,
in one.
it's been 16 months since we played any of these songs.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for letting us come over.
Oh, it's my
We're
pleasure.
thrilled, happy, grateful.
My pleasure. What's next?
We're going to vary a little bit. We're going to do a George Jones tune.
Chris Stapleton made it famous.
Yeah, yeah. It's called Tennessee Whiskey.
Who made it famous?
Chris Stapleton,
Okay.
yeah, his version of it. Ready?
Yeah.
Two. I used to spend my nights out in a bar room. Liquor was the only friend I had known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom. Yeah, you kept me from being too far gone. Volume up, you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. I stay stoned on your love all the time. I used to spend my nights in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle was always dry. But when you poured out your love for me, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love to get me high. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. I stay stoned on your love all the time. Tennessee whiskey. It's Tennessee whiskey. It's Tennessee whiskey.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
What's that?
Oh, nothing, just stretch my
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to give me a signal.
No, I'm
Old
just
age.
old age.
I do it
Trying
too.
to get the blood
I do
flowing.
it too. Yeah, we're making the guys sit on some uncomfortable chairs. Let's put it there. Sitting on my,
Sitting on a box.
yeah, on a box. David,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about what you got going on outside of this.
Oh, wow.
Here.
All kinds of stuff.
You're busy, busy
well,
guy.
Day job, of course, is first thing.
Sure.
But music-wise, been doing some recording for a friend of mine went to high school with. He's doing an album, and so we've been working on that. And my son and I have been doing some guest spots on some other recordings going on. And then we're both actually in two bands. But with the pandemic going on, you know, there's not a lot of places to play, but things are starting to pick up. So
Yeah.
we've got some gigs coming up this summer, so we're excited about that. So.
Yeah, and you want to tell us just a little bit about your son, who's kind of a mind-blowing musician?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's amazing.
Yeah. He just turned 16. Well, 16 this past November. So, but he's been playing since he was, good grief, that tall.
Yeah.
You know. So, in fact, we had brought him home from the hospital, and like the next night, y'all come over and we put him in one of those bumbo seats.
Uh-huh.
You know. And so we'd just set him in front of us while we have, band practice.
He's been listening to music since the day he was
There you go.
born.
Yeah,
Boy.
but now he's a phenomenal guitar player. Of course, bluegrass flat picking guitar, but yeah, he's taking off. We just released his first solo album last year or year before last.
Yeah.
And so we're excited about that. But yeah, he's a monster musician,
Yeah,
undoubtedly. Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
He's up for Guitar Player of the Year.
Well, if somebody
Maybe.
if somebody will vote for him,
Yeah.
maybe.
We hope.
We hope. Yeah.
we'll all vote for him.
Yeah, we'll vote for him. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And can people find what you're doing at a website, or where can they find you
Yeah,
and all the
you
different?
Well, we've got music out on iTunes and all the digital outlets, but goodfellersband.com
Goodfellas,
is one
okay.
place to look. Shattergrassband.com is another
Okay.
place to look. And Kaiser has his own music page on Facebook.
Kaiser.
Kaiser George Music. So
Okay.
you can find him on that. So,
Cool.
Spelled like a capo, K-Y.
And if you want to listen to some of our electric band's music, you
Yeah.
can go to notbrothers.com
Okay.
and you can hear some of that.
And Brothers is BROS dot.
BROS dot.
Dot.
Yeah, I
Not
was
bros.
Right.
Yeah, not brothers.
notbros.com. And tell us how that name came about.
We played for a party 100 years ago, and the lawyer wanted to make a banner for the party we played for. And we didn't have a name, so he said, we're not Gatlin Brothers, we're not the Doobie Brothers, we're not brothers. So we told him we'd be not brothers, and it stuck.
I love it. The Not Brothers. What are you Not Brothers going to play next?
We're going to do an old Drifters tune called Up on the Roof. One of my favorites. Very favorite songs. Ready? This old world starts getting me down. People are just too much for me to take. I climb way up to the top of the stairs, and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof, it's peaceful as can be. And darling, you can share it all with me. I keep on telling you right smack dab in the middle of town. Found this paradise, this trouble brewed up on the roof. And if this when I come home, feeling tired and weak, go up where the air is fresh and sweet.
Up on the roof.
I get away from the hustling crowd. Don't let the red race noise down in the street.
Up on the roof.
On the roof's the only place I know where you just have to wish to make it so. Let's go on the roof. Up on the roof. Oh, come on, baby.
Up on the roof.
Come and go with me.
On the roof.
Gonna have some fun.
On the roof.
Come on, baby.
On the
Up on the roof. Did I confuse you any?
You sure did. You was all over the place.
Oh, I
I
tried.
was trying to hold on to it.
You did a good job, all of you. What was I going to ask you? Something. I forget. Oh, Carole King wrote that song.
Yes.
For sure.
She did. She did.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Because I heard it from, well, actually, I think I heard it on James Taylor's album first.
Right.
And
He covered it.
yeah. Yeah. So now I know you two are from maybe from a different era of growing up and hearing stuff than David.
Yeah.
But what were some of your favorites as a kid? Bands,
mine?
music, yeah,
God, James Brown,
yeah,
my favorite,
yeah.
probably. And then anybody in Motown, you know. I was fortunate to get to see a lot of people play, and Four Tops and the Temptations and Marvin Gaye and all of the Stax Volt music, Otis Redding and Sam and Dave.
You got to see him play live.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a relative. He was Alabama's manager, actually, the country's, and he booked all the bands for Greensboro Coliseum, so we could
So
get
that's where
front
you'd
row
go.
tickets.
Wow. What about you, Jimmy?
Well, I think, of course, I used to listen to the radio like everybody did, laying in the bed at night with a little
Yeah,
transistor
yeah.
in your ear,
Yeah.
picking up WLAC, WABC, New York, all these stations, and top 40, that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
But when the Beatles came along, that changed everything.
It really did, didn't it?
And I was about 12 at the time. And that's when I started playing the guitar. And then it just started from there. And
Yeah. Would you say you started guitar because of the Beatles?
No,
or
I
just
wouldn't.
that was about the time
no, I
anyway?
wouldn't say that because I had listened to bluegrass music and country. My father bought records, and he bought Ray Charles is one of the artists that he bought, and that kind of influenced me a lot
Sure.
too.
I'll tell you a quick
So-
funny story. We went in '68, me and a couple of buddies of mine. It was a tumultuous time in this country with the civil rights movement and everything going on. We went, James Brown's playing. We was going to see him.
Yep.
And it was a little bit dangerous. We went to the Coliseum, and we were like maybe one of 10 white people there, and I'm Black and I'm Proud was his favorite song. His big hit. And they were all singing, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. And we singing right along with them. This big giant dude beside him said, what are you proud of? I said, I'm just proud for you. I don't want to get killed. Just let me out here alive. I said, I just wanted to see James Brown. He high-fived me. But I was going to see him or die.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, David. What's some of your favorites from growing up time?
Oh, wow. I guess I can only really cite two bands that really heavily influenced me, and they're as far apart as you can get. Newgrass Revival. If it wasn't for them, I'd have never got into bluegrass. And then on the other far side is Rush,
Wow.
the Canadian power
Wow.
trio.
Yeah.
So huge Rush fan. So those two were kind of my thing. And,
When did you start playing?
well, I started playing piano, I guess, when, the scourge of every kid, piano lessons when you're, 5, 6 years
Yeah.
old. But
Yeah.
then I started playing drums.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I played drums still play drums.
He's a good drummer.
And I picked up the bass only because a friend of mine had already spoken for the drum chair at high school, so I started playing bass, and then that's how I got into that. And I've dabbled with guitar and mandolin and a few other things, but I feel at home, in the rhythm section more than I do anywhere. So.
Any more so on bass than drums, or equal? In terms of what you prefer to play?
Well, I prefer to play bass because it's a lot easier to transport.
Yes,
You don't have to spend an hour.
Especially that one, yeah.
Yeah, that one. You don't have to spend an hour, setting up and tearing down.
True.
Where
Very
you just
true.
walk in
Very true.
and go. So,
Yeah. Do you get a chance to play much drum kit these days?
just at the house.
Yeah, yeah.
I've done a little bit of studio work just with percussion and stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean the drums are set up in the house and that's where they're going to stay.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You're not carting them around.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Well, we got one more. I mean, you got one more for us, and I'm gonna play my little shaker if you let
Yeah,
me.
so you're gonna sing.
And you're going to sing on this one?
I'll sing some high parts,
Okay, good.
so you
We'll
don't
do
have
our
to.
best.
Okay,
I
David.
remember how the verses go.
It's always an experience.
Has it always been that way?
It's always been that way.
Yeah, and nobody knows anyway.
I know,
They
that's
don't
just
know
the
the
way it
difference
is.
anyway.
It's just hard on him to try to keep up.
Because
with me.
I'm very structured when it comes to playing.
And I'm not.
I know exactly where I'm going to go,
Right.
what I want to do.
Gotcha.
And Johnny sometimes just kind of goes
Meanders.
wherever he wants to go.
Yeah, just,
Has it always been that way?
Yeah,
it's not old age.
It's just the way you are.
that's the way he is.
the way I've been built.
Well, you figured out a way to work it out.
Yes.
After 54
we figured
years,
out
so.
a way. Yes.
Temptations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
About how fast you want it.
You're playing the bass. You just started out.
Go ahead.
One of my favorite bass lines of all times.
Each day from my window, I watch her as she passes by. I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy. Such a lucky guy. To have a girl like her is truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellas in the world, she belongs to me. But it was just my imagination once again, running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. Do 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 do. Soon we'll be married and raise a family. Have a cozy little house out in the country with 2 children, maybe 3. I tell you, I can visualize. It couldn't be a dream. It all seems so real, it seems. But you know what? It was just my imagination once again, running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. Every night on my knees I pray, dear Lord, hear my plea. Don't ever let another take her love from me, or I'll surely die. It's heavenly, heavenly, when her arms around me. I feel a tender rhapsody, but in reality, she doesn't even know me. Just my imagination once again, running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. Just my imagination once again. myself. I'm sitting here singing with Vicki.
Oh, stop it.
I had to pinch myself. I said, is this really happening?
I'm sitting
Or
here
is this
singing with
just my
y'all.
imagination?
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
That was just
We're
really,
so
really special,
grateful.
and I really appreciate that.
Thank
What else can we tell people about where to go to find music of you all's? We got the notbrothers.com.
YouTube, you can go to YouTube and find us on YouTube.
And
Some
this-
live performances on YouTube.
Okay, great,
of the Knott Brothers.
great.
And some of the recordings are on, of course, Apple Music and
Okay,
Spotify. Google
Right.
Play,
We
all
have an
okay,
album on,
great.
on
And
Apple.
you, when you're a big band, you play with a drummer, yeah?
Yeah. Strawberry Bullens.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you ever have additional pieces, or is it pretty much just the four of you?
Usually it's just us four.
Cool.
We're sort of a beach music on a budget.
Okay.
We don't have all the horns and
You
back-
can imagine them.
back
Just
off
my
that costs more money.
mayonnaise.
yeah. We're an affordable beach music band.
That's
But when we did an LP that we recorded, we hired a couple of hired guns,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the trumpet player played with Prince,
Yeah, he went on and played with Prince.
and the sax player was a jazz player, and he was
Oh my
and so
goodness.
it's
He was really good.
a lot of fun
Nice.
to play with
And
musicians
Trey
like
Childress
that.
is not a bad guitar player.
And Trey Childress played guitar with us.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff. Well, gosh, I sure hope that you guys continue to be out in the world as things open up, because we need some of this good music, don't we?
Yes.
And you too.
Amen.
Don't we?
You too. Yes.
Thank you, Tay, for dealing with all this craziness this morning. It was a little bit crazy this morning. We have not had a three-piece unit come in here on our shows yet, but now that we've done it, we're experts.
Now you're a not sister.
I'm a not sister.
Yes.
Yes. Officially.
And I think we're going to end it here. Normally I do a quote at the end of the show, and I'm going to quote myself today, just because I do have that quote picture. I made a picture of it if you can find it. I was sitting out in the backyard one day, and I was touched by nature, which is not hard to do, to be touched and moved by what you see around you.
What's the quote?
It just says quote at the very last one.
It says October.
Okay, so I don't have a quote there. I've screwed up my end of things today.
Always
okay?
drink upstream from the herd.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say it to you, and you'll have to look at me. You won't get to read
That's
it.
a good one.
So as I was sitting there, I thought this. I aspire to be the kind of human that the trees and the bees are in awe of, just as I am in never-ending awe of them. And that's my wish for myself, my friends, and all of you out there, that we could inspire and bring awe from nature because of all that we do and how we care for our planet. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for supporting this show in every way you do. You have a moment to share it before we sign out. Thanks to Johnny, Jimmy, and David. Thanks to Tay. Thanks to Kelly with our weather. We'll be here again next week, week 52. Signing off. If only I played something normal, you could play along. But I don't. I'm just in a weird tuning, and that's where I am. Wow, thanks everyone. I taught a class this weekend in how to learn how to play and sing at the same time. That was one of my modules. And one of the steps in there was, first you try and get your guitar part on automatic. And then, once you think it's on automatic, the way you really tell if it's on automatic is that you have a conversation while you're playing. Not about anything related to the song or anything you're playing, but just that you're able to talk over that guitar part. So I guess I must at least know how to play these two chords in an automated fashion, because I am actually carrying on a conversation with you, I think. Hard to tell. There's a lot going on in my brain, but basically I just want to say thank you. Hope to see you sometime like next week on the porch. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Not Brothers. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, David. Someday I will write a theme song for the porch, but that's not today. See